Any color. If there is no dirt in a pen, and there can be none scarcely. If there is not, then the place is the same as upstanding. There is no dark custom, and it even is not acted in any such a way that a restraint is not spread. That is spread. It shuts and it lifts, and awkwardly, not awkwardly, the center is its standing.
Excellent.
Right.
All right, well, let's just dive in. What do you got? What do you hear when you hear Megan read it?
Maybe we should wade in instead of diving in.
Okay, all right, we can wade in. You know, check out the temperature of the water. What do you hear? What do you see?
A lot of S's. I got a lot of S's
Yeah,
in there.
yeah. A lot of S's, a lot of P's too. Speed is open, colors. We're getting a lot of repetition of consonants. Selection of a strong scent. Yeah, what jumps out for you as far as the syntax?
It's just complicated and convoluted in a negative way, but I even think like at the end the center is in standing. Think of something in standing.
She also used that old writing. Yeah, the center is the old English way of saying center too.
Yeah.
Do you think that was still like in mode then? In
I don't know.
1914?
That's a good question.
Or 19, was it? 14?
Karen, I'm
Yeah,
going to run that one
14.
by you. So,
Yeah.
you know what jumps out for me as far as syntax in that one? You know, and she does this throughout Tender Buttons all over the place. You know, she sets up this sort of quasi-logical thing and then completely drops the bottom out of it.
Right.
If the speed is open, if the color is careless, if this, we got all these ifs, and it's, well, if, then what?
Right.
And we never get there. There's no then, you know? So, you know, there's this huge hole that's for me that's sitting there,
Right.
you know. And it really sort of knocks you off your center. Just, well, wait, I'm disoriented. What? If what? You know?
So I guess that kind of echoes like possibility.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
She has this like thing about color. This whole,
Yeah.
like the whole button thing. She's very much about color. I don't know if that's like from a, like, starting from the images thing or what. I don't know what.
Well, it could be. And of course, you know, and I'm just thinking out loud here. I don't know either.
Yeah.
You know, she really thought of herself as a cubist. You know, she's trying to do
that's
what
true.
Picasso
The
did.
painting
You know,
thing.
so
Yeah, for sure.
so you know, color and visual aspects I think are so important
Right.
for her. You know, now you know, as I said that, the first Picasso that pops into my mind is you know, it's the painting about the Spanish Civil War, which is in black and white. There's no color.
Right.
You know? So, you know, the color is careless. There is no color.
There is no.
Interesting. So just random association that popped up.
I guess what it comes to always is if there is no then, she comes to then. If there is not then, the place.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, I was reading it as a sort of, if there is not then the place, but you're
Right,
right.
yeah.
But that could be the then that my head is looking for. You know,
Yeah.
then the place is the same as upstanding.
Upstanding.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, okay, one level you just got a joke there. Upstanding
Right.
or upstanding is
Uh-huh.
the upstanding citizen.
Yeah.
If you look at Karen's thread, you'll see where they kind of break apart and they'll put together words like that in so many different ways. So that's an example of that there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Upstanding, you know.
that's
Just
great.
like Kate mentioned, and it's sort of like a bookend with the last two words of the second paragraph. Instanding.
And I keep looking for where's the piano in here, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
When I hear upstanding, I get a mental image of an upright piano too.
But
So
then I was thinking grander, but it shuts and it lifts and offers and not offers. It's perhaps.
What year is this?
1914. Yeah, this is from Tab Your Buttons. It's in the first book, Objects. This is, I forget whether this is, I think this is before the section that's on the syllabus. I can't remember exactly, but I may be wrong about that. But it's right there. It's nearby the selection that we discussed.
Did any of you get a chance to watch the webcast?
Yeah, we were
the reading?
our Asheville, our little Asheville group
Yeah,
got to.
did
Yeah,
you?
we did. I forgot about the regular webcast because I was so trying to get everybody together for the Asheville one, which was great. It ended up really great, and we had a reserved room. If y'all ever come to Asheville, I have that room reserved for the rest of the
Oh,
class.
fabulous.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of far.
You drive from Raleigh to Asheville?
Yesterday. Yeah,
Oh.
yesterday. We went to the football game.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, there was, I first heard of Stein, looked at Stein when I was 22 years old,
Yeah, I was actually.
40 years ago. And it was, my reaction was really just where we started. The conventional understanding of words didn't matter.
Right.
It was just what delight in the sound and the combination of sounds. But since I've kind of started thinking about the ModPo experience this last couple of years, people really extract a lot more than just sound poetry, I guess you could say.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I had never really thought of it in other terms.
Well, and and where I am with Stein too is I'm still primarily at the sound level, and I haven't made too much as far as the sense goes.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it like we all are, and I think the more that we kind of play with it and just chew on it like this, I think the more you can get. You could spend a lifetime on this book alone, So.
Do you think that, like, as far as, I mean, the way that I think of it with this book is like that these are all, in my brain, it makes sense to me that these are all buttons, like almost in like how people like collect loose buttons or whatever. If that's true, do y'all think that they all have like a message or a meaning, or like why this particular grouping of things? Do y'all think so, or do you think it's just random? I don't know.
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
So why these? Why did she choose the blue coat, the piano, the chair in the room, and not the bottle of wine or the carpet? Or,
Right. And just describing or whatever, composing of the buttons, if that all the buttons together have a meaning, if that's the message. I'm not sure.
I wonder if I could, I don't know, it's kind of like trying to figure out the meaning of life.
That's true.
Perhaps the meaning itself is trying to figure it out, make your own meaning, like
Sure.
make your own interpretation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, this is her authorship. This is how she wrote, and this to her. Then I guess she made some kind of connection, or she was playing with words, whatever her issue, or.
Why don't you read like I write?
Yeah,
Right?
I love that.
You know,
Yeah.
obviously she's very clear and bold. She knows and she wants to stand where she wants to stand. So I think. So I wonder earlier what I mentioned was a possibility is kind of like that rings a bell from the Dickinson, I want hostility. You know, there's no certain answer, but she rather want to open up.
Yeah, like she's not going to be.
Same thing as that. She
she's-
doesn't give us the answer, but rather
She's not going to be limited by the conventional
that
meaning
the
of
prose.
language.
She refused to be in the prose,
Yeah,
the
I
reality.
think that's beautiful. I think you're onto something there.
Yeah, I think
So-
so. How she said, she opens up with the spirit is open, and she doesn't give us the answer. She doesn't say the answer directly, but she just opens it up.
Megan, this isn't your first time going through ModPo. How about you guys?
This is my first.
This is your first,
This is my third time.
third time. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Keep doing
Yeah,
it
me
till I-
too.
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of, like-
Yeah, good luck with that. So,
Right.
you guys, when you get to chat, I think it's week 8 when we do the language poets. You know, you're going to see a lot more than you guys are familiar with that. You know, language poetry has that in common with us too, where you're not going to find a meaning in the poem. You know, when we get to Ron Silliman or Lynn Hinginium, you know, you have to actively create meaning. You know, it's designed that way. And Stein has that same quality here too, that, you know, there isn't necessarily going to be that one-to-one correspondence. You know, the speed isn't a symbol for something else. The color isn't, you know, you have to actively participate in it because she doesn't give you the key.
Right.
You know?
That continuous present
So-
that she talks about.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it this year. And I mean, past years, and you guys can comment on this too. This, you know, right around this time, people would start going crazy over this. And, you know, you'd have people that would be flaming, and oh, I hate this stuff, you know, because it is so frustrating to try to attack it from a left brain kind of way and try to, well, what does it mean? What does it mean? You know, well, it means what we can make of it. You know, like you said, it's possibility, it's open, it's not defined. You know, so and that's. You know, Al can tell us otherwise. This is the earliest I know that anybody had done that, which is pretty cool. So,
He said something on the, I just watched him last night, see if I remember, the webcast, not the Stein readings of Kinderbugs, but the regular one, but it was mostly Stein discussion, overwhelming, maybe completely. The one thing that they talked a lot about, and it seemed like Al's summary phrase was, she's not interested in the relationship of the word
Yes.
to the object. She's interested in the word to the word, which is kind of mind blowing.
it is. It to me, it reads. The way I hear it in my head, it's as if she's writing English poetry when she doesn't know English. I can make some sense of how the grammar works when she doesn't know what the word means. She puts it together. You know, if you were going to write a poem in Swahili, and you understood the weekly grammar, what would the poem look like? You know, it's a little bit. It has that sort of feeling.
Writers are doing that kind of writing now.
Oh yeah.
Like the writer, she doesn't write in English. Her writing is in English, and she says she's not writing in English. She's writing
They talk about that at the very end. At the very end of the course.
Yeah.
There's a song.
Yeah. She's
Hard to
definitely.
put your mind around.
Definitely. She's great in preparation for weeks 8 and 9, that's for sure.
It's just how influential she was in like blowing things to pieces.
Yeah. Well, bring it back to the text a little bit. Since we're going to treat her like a language poet, I guess, and we're going to try to pull meaning that we can make out of it, whatever we can. What can we pull out of it? You know, what does she give us that we can create some meaning?
Maybe we could just take it phrase by phrase, even.
Sure.
Like,
Word by word.
I mean, by the first comma, I'm not entirely sure where we're at. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, okay. If the speed is open.
Speed.
Yeah. What is
Appreciate it.
Well, presumably we're in a room. This is not, we're in a room, right? You know, she's got a blue coat, blue laying over there, and we've got the chair over here, and there's a piano in there. Right? So speed, what kind of speed in there?
Well, the piano's good.
Yeah.
Obviously, the minds that work in this room have a lot of speed going on.
The passage of time, the speed of work, doesn't have speed.
Makes you wonder what sheet of music was on the stand of the
Right.
piano, you know?
I also think about the ModPo
Yeah.
part, like the speed of, maybe the speed of how you read this, or the speed that she composed it, how the words run together in the text itself.
So, okay, yeah, so let's look at the ModPo, I think. That's a great idea. What do we see?
I mean, it could definitely be talking about meaning in a poem not being the end all be all. It could be saying that meaning isn't the end all be all of poetry.
I feel like a key, if we're looking at it as a matter of fact, as far as being in the Tinder buttons, like it's interesting that she uses the phrase button holder.
Yeah.
Like, so as maybe being, I mean, I don't know where this is again. We don't really talk about that or know where that is, but maybe it, like this could be a turn, or you know, in the piece, the whole piece, or that at least she's maybe focusing on the composing of the piece itself.
If the items, you know, the blue coat, the piano, the chair, those are the buttons, which I like that idea because those are the buttons. What's the button holder?
Right. I would assume that's Stein.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it's the book.
Or the,
Right?
yeah, the container. Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
But a button holder, what is a button holder? I mean, it could be a case or it could be a person.
Yeah.
And also the string that attaches it to, I mean, you know, that onto a garment.
Button holder in itself, though.
Right.
By all the ways of
This
color.
is getting into almost like a hallucinatory ecstatic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, there's so much negation and typically it's confusing meaning. Even if you say that some of these things are held by all the waving color and there is no color, that is impossible. That's not something. Can't be held by color, there's no color.
Right.
I mean, there's so many free associations here. Like I immediately start thinking of so many other pieces of art when I read it. Like waving color and there is no color. I can't help but think of Bridget Riley. I don't know if you know that artist, but you should look her up because her description, except that it was like 50 years before Bridget Riley.
What, can you describe the
Yeah.
piece or the works
Yeah.
that...
She started painting in color, but then she says that she always makes herself want to do whatever she's good at, so she switched to painting only in gray and then only black and white, and she has all these paintings that move. So you have there